And salutations, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. This is MazezRealm once again, and welcome to another episode of my series, Keys to Success. Now, for those of you who have been playing Call of Duty for some time, and have been playing Black Ops 2 for some time, you would probably have known that doing really well in matches can be somewhat difficult, but going flawless is actually even more difficult, and that is exactly why I'm going to be covering this concept in today's episode of Keys to Success. Now, keep in mind that there are some things that you need to keep in mind that are actually out of your control when going for really high kill-death ratio matches on modes like Team Deathmatch or Arms Race. And in this particular match, I'm actually playing Arms Race on the map Raid, and this mode is a lot of fun if you guys haven't played it. But back to the topic, there are some things that you need to keep in mind, and some of those things that you will not be able to control are your random teammates that are on your team and your connection to the host. That basically determines how well your shots are going to be on target. And as far as your teammates are concerned, definitely keep an eye on making sure that you see their type of play style and then adjust accordingly. And that will actually help you find success in getting those high kill death ratios and going flawless. Now, another thing that you just saw a few seconds ago that you need to actually keep in mind as well is strafing. Strafing is something that you can control and something that you really need to implement in your gameplay if you're really trying to go up for those kill streaks and not die. And what you saw was that I actually ended up strafing while firing from the hip. Now, that tactic actually works very, very well if you do not have the adjustable stock equipped on your weapon. As you probably already know, the adjustable stock adds mobility to your weapon when you're actually aiming down sights. And if you're not aiming down sights, it doesn't really affect anything. But if you are, it actually adds that added mobility to your weapon. If you don't have it equipped, when you're in close quarters combat and in breathing distance of your enemy, make sure that you fire from the hip and strafe without aiming down sights. Otherwise, if you aim down sights, you'll end up slowing down just enough for your enemy to put their shots on target and kill you. So that is a really important thing to keep in mind when trying to win gunfights at close quarters. Another thing to keep in mind as well is to play as intelligently as possible. Now, that implements a lot of different things. One thing is to anchor spawns. Anchoring spawns is actually a very important thing when you are doing the best on your team and you have teammates that aren't doing very well. In this particular case, I was playing with two covert assassin clanmates, and the rest of them were randoms. So I was communicating with them in a party, and was basically keeping an eye out on the little skulls that can be found around the map when your teammates die, and was basically using that as intel to determine whether I should move up or take cover or do other things like that. So definitely keep an eye on that, and that's part of playing intelligently. Another thing is never fire on an opponent if you cannot kill him. Those are some things that will really save your life. I mean, that goes without saying. If you cannot get the kill shot, even if you're using a suppressor, make sure that you do not fire until your health is completely at 100% and the enemy's health is not at 100% and you can get all your shots on target. Those are some things to keep in mind as well. And the final thing that I wanted to cover on this particular episode is that when going for these long kill streaks and you run out of ammo on your primary weapon, make sure that you immediately pick up a weapon as soon as you can. In fact, if you're running low on ammo, even if you have scavenger equipped, make sure that you equip a secondary weapon and then go ahead and advance. That is what I would recommend. Never try to go for a shank with your knife when you're actually, trying to stay on a long kill streak. Definitely pick up a weapon, because that will definitely save your life way more than trying to run up in close quarters combat and knife somebody. Because as you probably already know, Black Ops 2's knife mechanic is very difficult to master, and it's just easier to get kills with a weapon that you have actually picked up from the enemy. So these are some tips that will definitely help you guys do well in Black Ops 2 and hopefully go flawless as well. So if you guys did enjoy this episode, please check out my previous episodes, and until next time, this has been MazezRealm. I am out.